I got some control again. There's another lift transfer down below. Hold on. Activating the elevator. Now.
Elevator car 77. Testing track direction compromised. Alert status 100%. Rerouting remaining servers to biological tracking. Target lost.
Rerouting the elevator worked. That got its attention. Don't expect this to get any easier now. Keep going. There's an easy test track up ahead. Maybe you can gain some ground on it. So, you can handle a lot of harder tests. This is a brand new introduction track, designed for new test subjects. You should do this really quickly. I've got a plan. Change of plans. I found a panel that I can move out of the way. Portal down to that catwalk in the distance. I'll tell you more there. So, I was thinking, if this computer has scanners searching for biological substances, maybe there can be some interference? You know, with things like plants. There's an overgrown testing track across the facility that hasn't been converted yet. If we can get there, I think we can confuse it. This again. You can't even open the door. Unbelievable. I gotta do everything around here. Alright, listen. I was able to hack into that system and run a basic diagnostic before I got booted. The computer is known as the Aperture Employee Guardian and Intrusion System, or AGIS for short. It looks to be a security mainframe trying to protect the scientists logged into its system. It hasn't been turned on in decades. Maybe that's why it's after us, and whatever that last threat is. Maybe it thinks we killed the scientists. Alright, I finally got access to some schematics of this place. I can guide you to that overgrown testing track now to cover our tracks. Head through the corridor to the left. Should take you through the work-in-progress test chambers. Well, well. Always well prepared. I guess you already knew that somehow that cube would come in handy. Have you done this before? Great. Through there is a crappy backstock chamber Gladys was designing before her demise. Never finished, but it should at least be working.
dodged a bullet on that one. I told you to be careful. Next time might not be so forgiving. On the side you can use to get towards the overall testing track. Test chamber is still under construction, and generally they need to be tested at least 3 times before they're finalized. Some people just can't count further than that, I guess.
Turrets, huh? Let's see what I can do. How about I fire up the lasers? Deep pit. How about a hardline bridge? Difficulty this time? I'm sure you can handle it. Just make sure to dodge the bullets again. Difficulty this time? I'm sure you can handle it. Just make sure to dodge the bullets again. Looks like it doesn't know where the elevator is heading to. Up ahead are the overgrown parts of the facility. You can try to reroute the elevator again if it holds up. There is an office area nearby from the same time period when Aegis was first installed. Maybe we can get some information from there. So, I was right. When a test subject destroyed her, this whole place fell into disrepair. I don't exactly know if everything is working properly anymore. but we don't have a choice.
Error. Tracking on target failed. Heavy organic interference.
Huh? It worked? It's blind here. Oh, no. There's some stuff here blocking the path for the elevator. Hold on for emergency brakes. Just climb on out of here, and let's get moving. Whoa! That was close. You could have been in there. Oh, wait, you just were. Whoa! That was close. You could have been in there. Oh, wait, you just were. Ooh, these are the old offices I was talking about before. The humans left these behind when she gassed them with neurotoxin. Because this is an abandoned track, it's no longer connected to the rest of the computer systems. Aegis shouldn't be able to lock us out here. These computers should contain a lot of useful information for us. Alright, time to start hacking into these systems. Let's start guessing passwords. Password. Admin? Oh, come on. Let me in. Were these passwords generated by super geniuses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? What? All these passwords are usually the same. 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh, for crying out loud. I didn't even get a warning siren this time. This thing must be laughing at me now. I know these aren't sentient, but still. Black Mesa sucks. Seriously? Hold on. I think I just got locked out. I'm getting something that says contact administrator for additional support. What? Administrator? There's no one left in the facility. All we have left are cores. There's no way I just failed hacking this thing. I hacked Aegis and hacked the nanobots to keep my testing track alive, but somehow I can't hack something as simple as a few computers in a big room. Oh, I think it's the plants. It must be the plants that are interfering with my Wi-Fi or something. You know what? If I stare at it long enough, my Wi-Fi nodes will override something. Maybe. I'll give it a shot. Doesn't seem to be working. I'm sure I'm making some progress. No, wait. That's just a screensaver. Computer fell asleep. Is this thing on? Hello? Did you just override the admin controls? Anyway, I think there's some info here about Aegis. I'll keep working, as long as you keep going. So, get back to the testing track and get started. Oh, I should also let you know, I won't be able to move around much. Management trails are kinda non-existent here, unless I wanna fall off another one and end up back in the junkyard. You won't be seeing much of me right now. Alright, there is a lot of information stored in these computers. It'll take me some time to sort through these and come up with a plan so we can get rid of Aegis. According to the systems, the toxic goo is still rising. You should continue to move through the tests and upwards. Keep your feet dry. I sorted through some of the stuff. So many cat pictures. But I also got some more serious information. Aegis thinks we killed the scientists. So it's activating some... I sorted through some of the stuff. So many cat pictures. But I also got some more serious information. Aegis thinks we killed the scientists. So it's activating some sort of kill order. It's going to flood the enrichment center, probably with all that goo, to eliminate any and all threats. That means you, that means me, and that means whatever that last thing is. So I'd suggest we keep moving.
Scanners. Recalibrating sensors.
Well, it seems that we won't be able to stay in the plant-filled test chambers much longer. It seems to be able to adapt to our actions quite well. We need to come up with a plan to take him on, head on. But leave that to me. You can continue solving these tests. sorry, Mel. You have no idea how hard it is to move around here. Anyway, remember those old turrets from all the way at the bottom of the facility? Those guys have no security systems installed. It should be really easy to reprogram them to destroy aliens instead of humans. If we go down to a turret production line, we might be able to produce friendly turrets.